I think with the links that come out, there's always a sort of reason behind it in terms of agents just trying to drive interest or whatever. That doesn't mean that they're all nonsense, by the way. I just mean in terms of, if it serves them to put the link out there, then that will sort of tend to happen. And I think with attackers, there's going to be interest from a number of clubs, and it's all about getting the best deal that you can from them. So, I'm not completely pouring cold water on those, because I actually think there's a trio of links that actually all kind of make sense to me in terms of, I can see with Marmoush, he's more of a central striker, but I do think, reinforcements in the attacking area are potential in the coming windows. What's happening with Darwin Núñez in that central area? Will Liverpool need a striker that suits them more age-wise, really suits the profile, scoring goals, just about to head into his peak years? Left back is another one where you think, if one of Costas Tsimikas or Andy Robertson go, they will need someone there. And I think Tsimikas, there was a chance he could have left over last summer, and it didn't obviously come to fruition in the end. But again, coming into next summer, is it going to be the chance he sees to maybe go on and play a bit more regularly elsewhere? And so I've no doubt that left back is an area that they're looking at. And again, on the wings, always keeping an eye on young talents that you can sign in those positions. Maybe not necessarily Adeyemi. Not saying it's definitely true to that link, but it kind of makes sense as a young player who's excelling in a top 5 European league. And if they did have a decision to make over Salah and he were to leave, they have to be ready to pounce and keeping an eye on these players. So those 3 links actually do make quite a lot of sense to me, really. It's a long way, obviously, from then that firming up and becoming anything. But profile-wise, they all have a certain sense to them. But again, there's always a reason why names kind of leak out early, and it's not always because Liverpool are very close to getting them. It's sometimes because it serves the player and his representatives to get it out there. So I wouldn't say any of those would be advanced, but they do certainly sort of make sense profile-wise. And I would say, actually, on the forwards thing, is that I think it's very important that Liverpool's next forward signing is an absolute guaranteed hit, because I think, you look at the recent kind of signings, they haven't, since Salah and Mane arrived, they haven't signed a player who's had that level of impact. I mean, Luis Diaz is a very good player. Cody Gakpo is a very good player. Darwin Núñez can be a very good player when he puts it all together, but no one's got anywhere. Even the best of those signings hasn't quite reached that level. And, we still yet to see Chiesa and what he can do. And the hope will be maybe he can do that. But I think, particularly if Salah leaves, the next forward signing has to be someone who comes in and has a Salah-like impact or Mane-like impact. That is something Liverpool absolutely need to get right, because if you take that amount of goals and assists out your team and you get another forward who's of a similar level of the ones that Liverpool have got, it starts to look a bit short on goals, really. So that's something that Liverpool, I've no doubt that the scouring the forward market, they do need to get that one spot on, because whether Salah leaves or not, or it's Núñez who leaves next and they have to get a replacement there, it has to be someone who comes in and scores goals and plays at a world-class level almost from day one, really.